Welcome back, trainers. So I went out there and I participated in the Gengar and Nidorino Raid day, and I found myself 2 shiny Gengars. As far as the Nidorino, we did do about 4 of those, and that's about it because it starts adding up because they're so easy to take out. The amount of the raids that you can do starts accumulating, and I want to use my passes on possibly Go Battle League or for other raids. And I didn't really go too hard on the Gengars as well. Because this one already came around before. If you were previously here for the other Gengar Raid Day, then you already had these. Plus, you can TM into Shadow Claw now, so it's all good. But I still wanted to get myself a couple of these shiny Gengars with that silly hat because you know that I am a Gengar fan, so I was able to do that, and we're looking great. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at some more battles with Garchomp. Now that I've gotten a little bit more practice, and we're going to be able to just see the performance here alongside Togekiss as well as Melmetal. And some of you were asking, have I been feeling okay? I don't sound like myself, enthusiastic for the battles. Am I getting bored? No, I'm not getting bored at all, guys. It's just, you know, talking on the mic 365 days a year. There's going to be periods in which I'm not going to be exactly super enthusiastic all the time. You know, I have things going on behind the scenes, which I don't want to spill over into the videos all the time. So that's pretty much it. And, you know, just chill days. Sometimes I'm just really tired and whatnot. Just wanted to let you guys know that. So on the Garchomp, the moves. For the quick move, we have Mud Shot. For the charge move, Sand Tomb, which will lower the defense every single time. And then we have Outrage as well. For the Togekiss, we have Charm, Ancient Power, and Flamethrower. For the Melmetal, Thunder Shock, the only quick move it does have Super Power and then Rock Slide. Alright, so let's go ahead and focus on the battles here. Let's see what we have going on. Getting hit by a Shadow Ball. They're switching into their Metagross. We're going to be bringing in our Garchomp here, good old trusty. And we have those super effective quick moves as well as that charge move that is also going to lower the defense, therefore equaling even more damage with our quick move that's super effective. So they do shield it up, which is great. It doesn't do that much damage anyway, so as long as I can lower that defense, I'm still going to be doing quite a bit with the quick move with the Garchomp here. So they do let that one go through, and as you can see, even with the defense drop, it's still really not doing that much damage, but it's okay. It's a low energy cost move. It does what it does. Lowering the defense every single time is so good. So we're going to be going with our Ancient Power here, and they're going to be shielding it up and taking us out with the Giratina. Going up against our next opponent here. So as you can see, my score has dropped, guys, because yeah, need to stop just going in with random things and trying to test out a Melmetal with Thunderbolt. All right, so we are locked in here with our Kyogre up against the Dialga. Now getting to Blizzard, I mean, I feel like it's almost better just going with 2 Surfs if you're in this kind of particular situation here where you do not have that much health. You can't really spare it unless you wanted to burn a shield, and then they're probably just going to shield it up themselves. But if you have the energy, yeah, go for that Blizzard. So they do bring in the Heatran here, and we're going to be going for Flamethrower, retreating into our Garchomp, in which they're going into their own Garchomp. Very interesting here. And let's go ahead and try to bait a shield here with the Sand Tomb. They let it go through. That always hurts. I'm always thinking, well, I could have just did Outrage there, huh? So we're just going to go ahead and go for another one, thinking that we're going to go for the bait and then the hard-hitting attack, in which they let it go through again. And at this point, I was like, you know what? I might as well just keep lowering the defense at this point, because they might just use the shield, and we could just take it out with quick moves here and charge up our energy. But they're making a switch, and then I switch into my Togekiss. I don't know really why I did that, right? So we have our Garchomp out here looking okay. So we're going to be able to burn that last shield, and we can tank this hit. Now at this point, we're going to be able to finish it off with quick moves. They do not have any more shields, and actually we got a CMP tie, so that was bad. That did not faint it out, so I was able to gain a little energy there. In comes their Garchomp, and we're able to do another Sand Tomb for the win. We didn't do a single Outrage, and we take that battle. Good games. Moving on to our next opponent here. These were all done after my Gengar Raid day. As soon as I came home, I finished up the rest of my battles. So we have a great league up against the Dialga here with our Togekiss. This can, you know, you're going to have to shield this up. That Iron Head is going to hurt a lot, if anything, faint you out. So we're getting ready for a switch here. I was trying to catch an Iron Head, but they weren't giving it up. Let's see if they hit us with a Thunder. Yeah, that's right. And it's almost one-shotting our Kyogre, and we're barely able to get off a not very effective Surf onto that Giratina there. So we should be going in with our Togekiss. We have energy on it at this point. So we're just going to go immediately for the Ancient Power and hoping we're going to get the boost here. And we get the boost, folks. We have the boost. Let's go. So I do decide to shield this up. Probably not necessary. Kind of wasted a shield. When I get the boost on Pokemon, I kind of want to preserve them. So I do go for Ancient Power, hoping to get another boost and just take a shield. We do get a shield out of them there. At this point, I probably should have retreated. Even though I got the boost at this point, Rock Slide still not able to take us out because of that boost. Absolutely amazing. Going in with the Garchomp here. Going to go Sand Tomb. And see, up against a Melmetal versus a Garchomp, you're basically going to have to go Superpower. But at that point, your attack is going to drop. So they're retreating into Dialga here. But it had so low health that it just did faint immediately. So we're going to be going for another Sand Tomb here. And we're looking great. Superpower should not be able to faint us down. And we're able to get to another Sand Tomb. Sand Tomb is just coming in clutch for me today. Let's go. And taking the win with Garchomp here. Looking good, guys. Garchomp is absolutely fantastic. Going up against our next opponent here, and they're leading with Giratina. Now, that's not a good situation for them, but at the same time, Ancient Power is going to hurt. So we are switching up the team just for this one battle. I'm going to be using Kyogre here. I forgot about that. So at least we had a great counter switch when they did bring in that Articuno. We're not going to have to shield up anything, and we're just going to be able to just farm it down once we get off a Surf here and have energy ready for the next Pokemon. Despite them dropping our attack, it's all good. We're able to take it out without having to use a shield. In comes the Giratina. And at this point, I'm like, you know what? I could go for Surfs. They're not going to be doing much damage on top of having our attack lowered. So we're just going to go for that hard-hitting Blizzard. They do shield it up. Very good move on their end here. And at this point, that was not good because that Giratina farmed on the Kyogre quite a bit here. So we're going to be shielding this up. They do hit me with a bait. So that's great. We just used up a shield, and now they're going to probably hit us with Ancient Power. Yep. And they got the boost. So, all right. So the Giratina has over half health at this point, or around that, a little bit less. And it has the boost. We're not looking great at all. With the Garchomp back here, it's going to take us a while, and that Giratina is going to be able to get to that charge move fairly quick. And look how much it does. Half health on my Garchomp. Now, Garchomp is not the tankiest thing around, but Giratina doesn't have that much attack and able to spam it. So it is basically a game over. All right, good game. That boost really is a doozy. All right, moving on to the next one here. We have a horrible lead. We're going to be making our switch into the Garchomp. And we're just going to go ahead and go for the Sand Tomb here. And probably should have went for another Sand Tomb. Because, of course, they're always expecting that hard-hitting move right after you use the kind of bait move. So they do shield it up. And they're going to be able to farm us down. That's not a good thing. So, actually, we do have the Kyogre again. Okay. All right, so definitely used it for 2 rounds, but then we're going to go back to the regular team for the last 2 battles here. So Kyogre versus Kyogre, I'm just going to go Surf. I mean, as much chip damage as possible, and we're going to be able to feint it down there. And in comes the Dialga, so just going to keep continuing on with the Surfs here and switch into Togekiss, and at this point, I do believe they back out. Or I couldn't shield. Now I back out. Yep, okay, so I couldn't shield. And I was in a great winning position. It wouldn't let me use my shield, and it went through. And at that point, I just backed out. I was like, nope. All right, I'm done here. All right, into the next battle. We have a Melmetal versus Melmetal. And usually go for the Rock Slide to try to get a shield. But I think a lot of people understand that trick at this point. They do go for a Rock Slide themselves. I shielded up, thinking that they might try to play some sort of mind games or something with me. And if you do not know, the reason why you would possibly want to go for a Rock Slide first is so that you do not lower your defense and attack, because every time you use Superpower, there's the possibility of them shielding it up. And then, well, they just shielded that attack, and now your defense and your attack have been lowered. So going for that Rock Slide gives you a little bit more play to possibly bait a shield, as well as keeping your attack and defense. So we're in this match with the Garchomp here. Is this going to get through? It gets through. I love it when that happens. How it's so nice when the Garchomp lands an Outrage onto a super effective Pokemon. So we both go down. I could have possibly got off that Sand Tomb to survive, but this isn't horrible, I suppose. So we have Melmetal versus Melmetal. I have no more shields, so going for a superpower. Not looking good. I was thinking about trying to catch one of the superpowers, but I realized there's no more shields left. And okay, now let's just go for another superpower and then retreat into Togekiss so we can refresh us losing our defense and attack. And we'll be able to survive here. But at this point, he realizes this is a losing matchup, and I do believe he backs out. So good games there. And here we go into our next battle, starting it off with Melmetal this time. And we were met with a Togekiss. This is great, and they were staying in. I was like, okay, getting ready for the switch, so I wasn't going to hit a charge move, so it wouldn't do super effective onto something. But we make a switch immediately into our Togekiss, eating a Shadow Ball, which is going to hurt. But our charms, of course, like usual, against a Dragon type are just going to be melting it away. And I do decide to just farm it down and do the charge move on to the next Pokemon. Should have went for a Flamethrower here because they do let it go through. And we do not get the boost, but that's okay. At least we're able to faint immediately without having them farm us too much. So yet again, Garchomp is going to be able to shine here, doing super effective damage up against that Metagross. And we're hit with a Meteor Mash. Does a good amount of damage there. They're making a switch into Togekiss, trying to faint down that Garchomp before I can switch. But we do make that switch immediately, and we're going to have a ton of energy ready, able to hit back-to-back Rock Slides, getting through with one. And they still do have a shield left. We're going to be shielding this up. It is Flamethrower. Good thing we did that. And we decide to feint it down, farm it down, I should say, because, well, they just expended all that energy and it takes forever for Charm. We're going to go for a superpower, burning that shield, and we're just going to go for another one here and see if we can do as much damage as possible. Going with the Garchomp, a bunch of energy. This guy's getting bombarded with charge moves here, and we're able to get off another one. So that was 4 back-to-back. That guy's probably like, what in the world is going on over here? Anyways, trainers, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up and enjoy this last battle. Take care.